Hey guys, we're back again with Joel, and we're going to be covering a topic that I get asked quite frequently on the phone, and that is, how does a jet unit compare to a mechanical agitated unit? And there's a lot of different things to consider when we're talking about these two units for guys. Our goal is to set our customers up with the product that works best for them. And if that happens to be a jet agitated unit, by all means, that's what we're going to help you out with. But there are still some situations where, guys might be looking to do a certain job or, bidding certain jobs that a mechanical unit might, be better for or the only option. So what we're going to do is just clarify what some of the major differences are between jet units and mechanical units, and especially the situations where one's going to be better than the other and where they'll perform equally. So obviously, Joel, the first thing you think of when you think of a mechanical unit or a jet unit, you think of fin. You just think of the big truck mount units, and it's kind of exactly the best application of a mechanical unit. Big jobs, but so mechanical unit obviously has a beater inside the tank. That's mixing the mulch, whereas a jet unit we use water pressure and volume to mix the mulches. And as far as the layout goes of the two units, that's the major difference between them. Both of them, are recommended. They're kind of covering the same square footage per volume, but the overall design is a little bit different with them. And you work with a lot of contractors that run mechanical units, DOT projects, state jobs, and you also work with some guys run jet units too. So I've run some mechanical units, but not extensively. So I'm going to kind of let you talk about what are the pros and cons of the mechanical units.
So mechanical units are really pretty versatile. They will spray your 100% paper mulch. They'll spray we call them DOT base mulches, which is like a 70% wood fiber, 30% cellulose, with some tackifier in it. They work really well for that. They'll also spray your high-end mulches, which is, a 100% wood fiber with a bunch of chemistry involved that I don't really understand, but it makes it stick to the ground and provide erosion control for up to 18 months, depending on which variety you pick. So they're nice that way. They are a little bit more challenging to operate because they can plug easily. When you're running those high-end mulches with the wood fibers, you really kind of have to know what you're doing and paying attention to what's going on. The nice thing about mechanical agitation too is you can get up into 3,000, 4,000 gallon units, so you can cover a lot of ground without having to fill a lot of times. Cost is kind of a negative aspect of those though. They can get pretty expensive depending on what you're looking for, trailer mounted, truck mounted, that kind of thing. And then also the size and the weight is kind of a negative thing. When you're pulling, a 1,200 gallon mechanical down the road, you're looking at an all steel unit. So if you want to off-road for a ditch job, it might be a little bit tough if the conditions are wet. So there's definitely pros and cons for the mechanical unit.
Absolutely. They're definitely incredibly capable. The biggest thing I've seen, we've purchased some used mechanical units for our landscaping company, and the maintenance on them. You guys really got to be careful when you're buying a used mechanical hydroseeder. We have seen a couple that we got that were a good deal. Tanks rusted out. There's just more wear components on them, and that's necessary for the job that they do, but something to be mindful at the overall cost and maintenance of them in the long run is going to be more expensive. But so jet units, they're pretty simple. Obviously, it's what we manufacture here. The cost of a jet unit versus a mechanical unit obviously is significantly less. Which is a big plus for a lot of small guys starting out. Just to repair their jobs after hardscapes. Small turf repair. Guys that aren't looking to go after those big jobs. Where there's spec certain mulches and this and that. Just to kind of alleviate that stress and that time of the traditional ways of seeding. So that's a big plus for a jet unit all day. You kind of talked about how the mechanic units are easy to plug up. I mean, that's definitely true. Some of those products that you run are so thick, and as soon as that water gets out of them, that can cause some problems. Now, obviously, minding what you're doing does help a lot, but as far as that paper mulch goes for the jet units, I mean, it's really forgiving. It's pretty hard to plug up a jet unit with paper mulch. You just don't have the problems with the water, separating out of it in the suction lines in your hoses. Really easy to clean up, just flushing the system out and pumping out your hoses, and you're ready to go for the next job. The size of a jet unit, we're able to build them a lot more compact because we don't have all those moving parts. We don't need to have the steel reinforced tanks for the agitation system, so they're a lot lighter, a lot easier to move around. The biggest con, which is why we're doing this video, is to help guys out, is the jet units aren't going to be able to handle those products that mechanical can. And depending on the situation that you're looking at tackling, that might be good, that might be bad. You can never expect a jet unit to go out and do those fiber matrix products. I mean, it's just not possible.
Yeah.
No matter what kind of pump you're running on them, no matter what kind of agitation system, you would have a hard time getting a jet unit to be running, your heavy wood mulches. And the reason that is because the wood mulch is so much less dense than the water. It likes to float to the top. So you need those paddles to be incorporating that into the mulch. Otherwise, you're just agitating the water beneath that floating wood. So that's really the only con when it comes to the jet units is the products that you can run. And what would you say the situations are for each unit that are best? What's a good situation for the jet unit for guys, and where would you kind of covered, where would you really be looking for the mechanical units?
So, the jet units are really nice for those landscapers, lawn maintenance guys. They work fantastic in a residential or a commercial lawn type setting because that 100% paper product is a great ground cover for, those kind of situations. The mechanical machines really start to outshine the jet agitated ones when it comes to DOT jobs or slope stabilizations, where you need that heavier duty mulch, the stuff with the wood fiber and the bonding agents built into it to give you the long lasting erosion control until your seed really starts to get established.
Right.
So yeah, that's kind of the differences between the two.
One question I just thought is, while we're talking, is across the board, the products, that you run, your fertilizers, your tackifiers, we're going to be talking about the other products that Ramy offers, but across the board, the products available for hydroseeding, other than the mulches, are pretty much interchangeable between each unit too. Is it right? I mean,
yeah. The tackifiers, the granular fertilizers or the crystallized fertilizers, all of that kind of stuff, works in between the jet agitated and the mechanical. Really the only thing separating them is the actual mulch material itself.
Which that's great news for guys looking to get into hydroseeding, whether you're looking at mechanical or jet units, because the product availability across the market, I mean, it's there. If you can find an erosion control dealer that carries the products, and they mainly target the bigger mechanical units, they know that those products will be able to work for them in their jet units, which is a huge plus for guys, because we get asked a lot on, well, where can I find the products? And they're out there, and it's actually not too hard to find. So, well, that was our video today, guys. Just trying to clarify the differences between the jet and the mechanical units. I mean, obviously Joel's got some great knowledge on it, works with a lot of different contractors across the Midwest here. Stay tuned for our next video. We'll be talking about, I think, the products that Ramy offers for the Hydroseeders, a lot of different things just set aside from the fertilizer and the tackifier that we sell. So like always, guys, like, comment, subscribe, check out our website, check out our Facebook page. We'll be always updating that for you guys. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask us, and we'd like to hear from you.